Muscovy one of these days. Shit.
We do need to do that.
All right, man. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's do it.
So I've actually done the mobile connection today, the one that may not be so stable, but it's much faster.
Okay.
I got somebody else in the house who doesn't understand how to get off the internet.
That's cool.
All right.
Let's do it. Okay, so last we left off, we were at war with the Great Horde, and we had just annexed Ryzon. So now we're just waiting to see if Circassia will peace out. And then perhaps, if the opportunity arises, we can attack Crimea, who's allied with Kazan. The thing is Kazan's kind of strong, so I don't know. Hard to say.
Could Kazan get to us, though?
Potentially. Potentially they could. Depends on what happens with this peace deal with the Great Horde right now. Because I think what we wanted was to take Ryzon, Pronsk, and Vornez.
Right.
If we take Tambov, we border Kazan. But if we don't, Kazan can't get to us. However, if we don't take Tambov, the Great Horde will continue to border Muscovy, which is not the best thing for us. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Because that stops our... Does that stop our expansion? Because they'll probably try to take it.
That's right, yeah. Muscovy could probably try and keep eating the Great Horde, which stops us, our expansion. So, I don't know. You kind of have to decide. It's like, do you want the Great Horde? Crimea? Do you want the Great Horde and Crimea? Or do you want Muscovy to take a little bit of the Great Horde, and we just take a lot of Crimea, without having too much of an issue with Kazan? Yeah. So, okay, let's just go ahead and keep going and see what happens with this war. Let's go on speed 2.
All right. So how long do you think we're going to try to wait on that to actually occur?
Well, there's no real reason to rush it. You know, the war is on our terms, and we don't have any pressing matters that require us to try and make peace right now, because we have a large army, a lot of money, a lot of manpower. I mean, we can give it as much time as we want. Ooh. Check this out.
Is that a rebel Great Horde tribe?
That is a rebel Great Horde tribe. 6,000 infantry, 10,000 cavalry. Okay.
Why have a makeup of that? 6,000 infantry, 10,000 cavalry.
Well, because the tribes, the Great Horde, when you're a horde government, the hordes focus on cavalry rather than infantry. So they're also allowed to have more cavalry than infantry in their armies. For normal armies, the ratio can't be greater than 50-50. You can't have, 50% infantry, 50% cavalry, because that's an imbalanced, combination of arms, right? That's not a very effective army. Usually it's like 80% infantry, 20% cavalry.
Okay.
But the hordes can have, half infantry, half cavalry, and just fine with no penalties. So here we can see that one of their estates has risen up with an army of 6,000 infantry, 10,000 cavalry, which is what, like 3 to 2? 2 to 3? Some shit? I don't know. 3 to 5? 3 to 5. Yeah. So it's a 3-to-5 ratio. So they might have... No, actually, I don't think they take any penalty for that. Yeah, so we'd have to fight 10,000 cavalry if we wanted to put down that rebellion. We only have 4 cavalry. We have a lot of infantry, but we have only 4 cavalry. So, I don't know if I want to fight that. And we kind of have to make a choice. We could just let them take back Tambov, or we just peace out right now and go to attack Crimea. Because actually, you can also see Crimea's army right there in Ryzon. Circassia occupies Ryzon and Pronsk, but Crimea's army is there. This would be not a bad opportunity to actually just stack wipe that Crimean 6,000 right there. It's just infantry, actually. There's no cavalry in that force. So, why don't we perhaps make a peace deal? Now, if we wanted to make a peace deal, we have 50% war score. What peace deal do you think we should go for?
Let me look. So definitely want to take Voronezh. We're gonna leave Tambov. Let's see. Could we do war reps or no?
From what I'm thinking, we could probably do war reps. And there's something called humiliate, which sounds as it sounds. You're going to humiliate your rival, which gets you, I think it's like 40 power, no, 34 power projection, yeah. And power projection, when it's above 50, gets you +1 to all your monarch points. We could even take some money. We could actually take probably a lump sum from the Great Horde. I think, as far as I calculate it, we could take 121 ducats. We could take Voronezh. We can get war reparations, and we can humiliate our rival, and he would accept that peace deal.
Yep, okay, I see that.
And what's the war score cost for that peace deal?
68. Is that right?
That's right. And how much war score do we actually have?
50, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So we can force the AI, because, you know, he's kind of exhausted all means of resistance. We can force him to take a peace deal that under normal circumstances he would not take, right? We would need 68 war score usually for this peace deal, but because this guy's fully occupied, no manpower, no men, no money, he's going to accept this deal because what choice does he have, you know? So
right, yes, he's going to basically give up some land, give everything that we want just to get us off his back for now.
Basically, that's the way that's the corner we put him in. So we're going to take Voronezh, get war reparations, go ahead and humiliate him, and then take 121 ducats. And then go ahead and send him that peace deal.
All right. Got away today, and then he'll...
Let's see if he accepts. Yep. We lost 3,000 men. He lost 1,634. It's a pretty good peace deal.
All right.
Now, we could either be at peace for a little while. We're going to go ahead and start coring Voronezh. Why don't you go ahead and start that?
Okay. Core. Okay.
So we can go ahead and start coring that. You can see our corruption is growing because as you expand your military power and you claim land that's not yours, your corruption will increase temporarily. And in order to combat that, you have to boost your corruption spending, which costs money. So we're going to go and just do that. We're spending 0.84 ducats a month on just corruption, which isn't too bad. We've got plenty of money anyway. So. And now we have a few choices. We can either stay at peace and perhaps convert some stuff. We do actually have a missionary strength advisor for our administrative office. Go ahead and click on the shield.
Okay.
And then go down to advisors. Go to the top category.
Got it.
And there's an inquisitor. Missionary strength plus 2%. He costs about a ducat a month, but he would let us convert a lot of this Sunni and Orthodox land. And he's only 38 years old, which means he's going to be alive for a long damn time.
All right, so we definitely want to take him.
Yep. So it's your choice whether or not we should declare war now and perhaps get rid of the Crimeans, or if we can wait, consolidate for a little while, convert some stuff, you know, get some technology. It's your choice.
Because it's my first time through, I think it's better if we consolidate, get these cores, and if we need to... I don't know if these guys are not our religion or not. Yeah, they're Sunni religion, so maybe changing them over would be good.
Yeah, we're probably going to have some revolts, you know, so...
Yeah, I prefer to fight battles when I don't have to worry about people behind me.
That sounds good. So why don't we go ahead,
right.
We're going to move our armies to Kiev. And why don't we go ahead, why don't you reduce the armor maintenance to about 20% or so, or 15?
All right. Yay, we're actually making money.
Making a little bit of money for now.
Right.
We're losing a little bit from corruption, but you got to remember, corruption stops increasing when you don't have any overextension. Once we get everything cored, you know, once our government is in place in those provinces, we don't pay for corruption anymore. So we will be getting back that 0.84.
All right.
So why don't we go ahead and hire? We already hired that Inquisitor, right? Yes, we did.
Yeah, we got them.
So it's kind of hard to convert Sunnis, but what we could do relatively easily is actually convert some Orthodox territory. It only takes about 2 years or so, maybe a little more. A little more than 2 years. For the cheapest, low development provinces. The larger province, the more time it takes to convert people. So go ahead and start converting someplace, wherever you like.
So let me look here. So like Verona's is 555 day, like months.
Months, yeah, because it's hard to convert cities. Yeah, it's hard to convert cities.
Does that go down?
It does,
its own, or?
By various factors, yeah. By various factors. Sunnis, Muslims are pretty hard to convert compared to Christians. I think Sunnis and I thought it was Coptics are like some of the hardest people to convert in the game.
Gotcha. All right, so I should probably do something like Mstislav or something like that, right?
Something easy, something that's quick. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. We'll do Mstislav.
And then I think that's it for now. We could train more troops, or we could just be at peace for a little while. We're going to be having some revolts later on in the future. You know?
Yeah, see that rebel factions in the outliner?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
So, we're also still trying to get the Renaissance Institution. You know, and it's going to take some time to get to us. Perhaps there's some stuff that we can do to boost it a little bit. And there is, actually. Go on over to your production interface. I believe it's like B. And third from the bottom, there's a little, like a chart in a house. Go ahead and click that.
Yeah, the development.
Development, that's right. And so we have a bunch of provinces. Now, go ahead and... It's the third from the left. It's a little stack of coins. Go ahead and click that.
Okay.
And so this is going to bring up all the provinces that you could convert. Or that, not that you can convert, all that you can develop. You can put monarch points into these provinces to develop their base tax, base production, base manpower. And usually you want to develop where it's cheapest because it saves you the most monarch points. But for institutions, the higher the development, every additional point of development, the faster you get an institution. Right? So if I have 10 development, I click improve base tax once, I get 5% progress towards the Renaissance. But if that province had, say, 60 development, if I clicked improve base tax once, I would get 25% towards the Renaissance. And so it might not be a bad idea to develop one of these provinces, preferably somewhere that doesn't have any autonomy, you know, and that is a pretty important province for us. It might be a good idea to try and get the Renaissance in that location.
Okay.
Go ahead and go to economic map modes. Go to the institutions map mode.
Institutions there. Okay.
And you can see everything with the dashed green lines is where the Renaissance is just kind of naturally coming on its own.
Okay, yeah.
And for me anyway, the place that I usually like to develop if I'm trying to get an institution is either my capital or some center of trade that's like pretty important to my country. And we have Vilnius as our capital. Vilnius is in obviously Lithuania. Vilna, Lithuania. Or we also do have Kiev. We're removing our armies right now. We could maybe develop there and get progress towards the Renaissance. So perhaps in the future, in the near future, we can consider developing some stuff. Somewhere where there's no, you know, no autonomy, and it would be advantageous to develop there. Another maybe good place would be something like the province of Trakai.
Now that doesn't have any like green slash lines through it though.
That's true. And there's a reason for that, is because go ahead and open up in the province screen when you click on Trukai, go down to where it says the little book, open close institutions.
Oh, I gotta close that. There we go. All right.
And
It
you can see
says
the Renaissance
little book?
institution. Yeah, the little book.
Okay.
And you can see where it says Renaissance. Go ahead and hover over where it says 0.00 per month.
All right. Yeah.
And we don't have any of the modifiers right now. So that's why we're not getting any natural spread of the Renaissance here in this province. But if we were to develop Trukai one time, we would actually get a little bit of that natural growth, plus 0.03, which is very, very little.
Okay.
So maybe developing Trukai might be something to do to get the Renaissance institution in our country. Or, like I said, we could possibly go for Kievis, which is actually even cheaper than Trukai to develop. Or we could do something like our capital, which is a little more expensive, but we're going to see a lot more of an added economic benefit because Vilnius, our capital, is, never has any autonomy. It's our culture, it's our religion, and it's going to be an integral part of our country going into the future.
Okay, so capital is probably the best one to invest in. But other than that, pushing it to ones that will... Well, capital just has more that it helps then. And then just develop, just getting that Renaissance or the next institution.
Yeah. You can actually click on Vilnius. And if you were to hover over one of our improve either the base tax, production, or manpower, in this case, production or manpower, if you hover over those little buttons right under the terrain, do you see it?
Yeah.
We can spend 61 diplomatic power, say for example, to improve production by 1 in Vilnius, giving monthly production income plus 0.03, trade value, local goods produced, local shipbuilding time, and Renaissance plus 2.83. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
So, how much progress do we have towards the Renaissance institution right now?
Per month or overall?
No, you can actually hover over. Yeah, overall.
Overall, we have 4.04.
So if we were to click, say, improve, production one time, we would get almost 3% progress towards the Renaissance.
Okay, yeah.
Do you see how that works?
Yeah, I see that now.
It's not very much, but institutions, I believe, I'm not sure if it's linear growth or exponential, but the higher the development of the province, the faster you get it. So we click one time, it's going to be 2.83. We click another time, it's going to be another 3 progress. Click another time, it's like 3.25, and so on. So that's why you want to judge where you think it's best to develop your institution if you want to get it.
Okay, so it's like exponential growth then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just something to consider if you need an institution. I think right now, for now, we're okay without the Renaissance institution, but in the next like 10, 15 years, it's definitely going to hurt us a little bit. So we may want to consider putting some of our administrative, diplomatic, and military power into developing an institution somewhere. The fact that we also, have a decent king who's a 4-4-1, not only that, we have an advisor, might not be such a bad idea to develop in the future.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and keep on going on speed 2. And, ooh, there's a peace deal with a great horde of Muscovy. Muscovy actually did not take any land. Interesting. So now we're going to get everything. Yeah, I guess that's good for us. Maybe he just doesn't want anything from... Maybe he just doesn't want anything from the Great Horde. I don't know. Hard to say.
We lost our CB against somebody. I think it just said the Great Crimea. I need to check that. Yeah, we need to get our C. No, never mind. We have a CB on Crimea for humiliate, but we don't have a conquest on them. So we need to try to get
against
that
Crimea?
back, right?
Against Crimea?
Yeah, that's who we're getting ready to go after, right?
Yeah. No, to me it says we still have a conquest on Crimea. It says it's take Mansour. Do you not see that?
No, I don't. Where are you looking? Just so I can.
Go ahead and left click or right click on Crimea and go to the declare war screen.
Okay.
It should have a Casus Belli.
Huh. Okay. I just wasn't seeing it listed out somewhere.
We
I thought
might
I
have.
should see it.
We might have lost. We might have lost the CB against the Great Horde because we took our claimed province. That would make more sense.
Okay.
That probably is what it was.
I need to read.
Read. And Crimea is no longer a valid rival. Cool.
Okay. That ain't gonna stop us, right?
No, not really. Who do you think would be a good rival?
Let's take a look.
Denmark rival us. Hungary's rival us.
We already have the Teutons and the Great Horde, so those are no's.
Now, Denmark might not be too bad of a rival. Because Denmark is allied to the Teutons. It might not be such a bad idea. Might not be such a bad idea to rival Denmark. And you can actually see that Denmark rules over Sweden and Norway.
Right.
And what you can do is, if say we were a rival of Denmark, we can actually support the Swedish independence. And we may be able to get Sweden independent of Denmark. And Sweden can maybe even help us out against Muscovy.
So freeing the Swedes is probably going to be in our benefit.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. So if you'd like, you can pick Denmark as a rival if you think that'd be the way that you'd want to go for the future. Or you can pick somebody else that you might find to be a good target.
I mean, the only other one, well, Livonians have Riga and, well, Muscovy they're allied with, so that's a no. I don't think we're going to really target anybody close to us that we can go after, but maybe Muscovy, Livonia, and Teutonic, which we already have Teutonic, so I think Denmark's the better one to go after.
Go for it then.
It's done.
And perhaps we can, yeah, we'll see. Sweden is loyal right now. He's loyal to Denmark. He's almost disloyal, though. You can actually right-click on Sweden and hover over his flags and his crown.
Okay.
Is a junior partner under Denmark? Do you see that?
Yeah, and his Soldiers of Liberty desires 49.6%.
You have to be 50% or more to support independence.
Ah, okay.
So he's like right there. Like literally like right there. And I'm guessing if Sweden becomes disloyal, he's going to ask us to support his independence. Perhaps we can accept. Might not be such a bad idea.
Right.
Okay. I think it's just going to be a little bit of time for peace right now.
Yeah, looking here, 6th of April. Yeah, 1457. Never mind, it's about a year away for Tula. Yelitz isn't too far behind on the core.
Yep. Yep.
So right now, though, we're having to go through, oh crap, not war exhaustion, but overextension, right?
That's
because
right.
All right.
That's right.
Which, okay, we're at 23%.
So let's come on over to, go ahead and click on your country view and go over to the light bulb.
The light bulb.
And you can see where we have traditions. What are our traditions?
Wait, we have traditions on the light bulb on the ideas tab?
Yep, go ahead and click on it.
Yeah, I got it.
And you can say where it says Lithuanian ideas. And to the right of that,
Okay,
we
yeah.
have traditions.
Okay, yeah.
What are those?
So we got manpower recovery speed. Can't speak. Manpower recovery speed of 15%. Tolerance of heretics +3. We've gained all the Lithuanian ideas. We also gained land leader maneuver.
That's right. That's called an ambition. If we get all of our ideas, we get something that's an ambition. Yeah, so traditions and ambitions and ideas. And that tolerance of heretics is pretty important because heretics are any other Christians. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get above, I think if you get +2 tolerance of heretics, you are no longer affected. That religion becomes accepted into your country. You know? So if we get, I believe, 2 or more positive tolerance of heretics, our religious unity will go from 59% to 100% because of the Christians that are Orthodox in our country. So that might be something we want to do, actually. And we can increase our tolerance of heretics by various means. Usually ideas is the best way to go. Some policies actually do also allow you to increase your tolerance of heretics.
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything we can do right now, but perhaps in the future we can. We're gonna get some separatists here. They're gonna try and break away from our country. I think we could probably take care of them though. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's come over here to the missions and decisions tab. I don't think we're gonna attack the Teutons right now, so we can go ahead and cancel our mission with Ordelsburg. Cancel our mission for Ordelsburg.
Okay, how do we cancel that?
And just go ahead and click on the missions tab, the scroll in your country view. Just click cancel mission.
Okay, we didn't go over this yesterday. I'm just looking at it real quick.
Oh yeah. Country view. And then missions and decisions. Yeah, so you have your mission, gives you special things to do. Policies, we're not gonna worry about it right now, and then you have important decisions.
Okay, so we cancel it and then we'll have to wait a year.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, so we'll wait 1 year and then we can choose something else, I guess.
Yep. There is something that we possibly could do. So, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth is usually formed because Poland rules over Lithuania in personal union. But, as Lithuania, you actually have the possibility to enforce the union forcefully as Lithuania if you conquer Polish territory. Which, I'm not sure if we want to do that now, but that may be something to do in the future. It'd be interesting.
Adrian, are you suggesting that we attack Poland at some point?
You could. You could. Because you gotta remember, there are no permanent friends and no permanent enemies. Only permanent national interests.
Ah, okay.
Now, at this moment in time, I don't think attacking Poland would be something to do, because we kind of have Muscovy to our backs. Not to mention Novgorod's up there. But we could. I don't know. It's possible. We discussed the terms of allying Novgorod. We discussed what that would mean for us. And is your opinion still stand that we probably should not ally Novgorod?
I just see ourselves getting pulled into a war if we get all friendly with Novgorod.
That's the way that I see it too. Yeah. At least for now. At least for now. I say we strike at Crimea and, yeah, the Great Horde. Things like that. they're probably easier allies, or easier targets, at least for now. Let's see if we can go up to speed 3.
All right.
We are at peace right now. Kazan declared war on the Great Horde. They cite Trouble Feud as their CB. Okay. So Kazan's gonna try and annex a lot of territory. The Great Horde, most likely. Now, that's not totally bad for us. He might border us, which is a problem. But if Kazan gets stronger, that means he's a bulwark against Muscovy. And the best way to hamper Muscovy is to take him on early. You know, attack him early, get rid of his stuff, break his power early on. The fact that he hasn't even taken all of Novgorod yet might actually be good for us. You know?